Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Vidura Uvacha Tasya Shila Nidhe Sadhoho Brahmanasya Mahatmanaha Ragna Katam Abhut Dushta Prajayat Vimana Yayo. Shall we continue? Viduraha Uvacha. Vidura said, Tasya, of him, Anga, Shila Nidhe, reservoir of good characteristics, Sadhuhu, saintly person, Brahmanasya, lover of the Brahminical culture, Mahatmanaha, great soul, Ragnaha, of the king, Katham, how, of who it was, Dushta, bad, Praja, son, Yat, by which, Vimanaha, being indifferent, Yayo, he left. Vidura inquired from sage Maitreya, my dear Brahmana, King Anga was very gentle. He had a high character and was a saintly personality and lover of Brahminical culture. How is that such a great soul got a bad soul like Vena, because of whom he became indifferent to his kingdom and left it. Vidura inquired from sage Maitreya, "My dear Brahmana, King Anga was very gentle, high character, and was a saintly personality and lover of Brahminical culture. How is it that such a great soul got a bad son like Vena, because of whom he became indifferent to his kingdom and left it?" Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Supriti Mataji, you ready?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. In family life, a man is supposed to live happily with father, mother, wife and children, but sometimes, under certain conditions, a father, mother, child or wife becomes an enemy. It is said by Chanakya Pandita that a father is an enemy when he is too much in debt, a mother is an enemy if she marries for a second time, a wife is an enemy when she is very beautiful, and a son is an enemy when he is foolish rascal. In this way, when a family member becomes an enemy, it is very difficult to live in a family life or remain a householder. Generally, such situations occur in the material world. Therefore, according to the Vedic culture, one have to take leave of his family members just after his 50th year so that the balance of his life may be completely devoted in search of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Prabhupada.
Om Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vidura uvacha tasya shila nide sadhuhu brahmanasya mahatmanaha ragna katam abhudushta prajayat vimanayayo. Vidura inquired from Sage Maitreya, my dear Brahmana, King Anga was very gentle. He had a high character and was a saintly personality, lover of Brahminical culture. How is that such a great soul got a bad son like Vena, because of whom he became indifferent to his kingdom and left it? Hare Krishna. So I may title it, Grab the Opportunity. See, we can look at it in a negative way, we can look at it in a positive way. Like Prahlad Maharaj became a great devotee. And what was the result? 21 generations went back to Godhead. And instead of that, if the child becomes a debauchee, gets addicted to bad habits, irresponsible, it's a pain for the whole family. So you grab the opportunity, like Prahlad Maharaj grabbed, you actually benefit. People are very much keen to benefit the family members. Become a great devotee. Automatically they'll be benefited. You don't have to do anything else. So similarly it is said, Anga, now look at very interesting thing of Anga. His main focus is to become Krishna conscious. At the same time, he is doing some duties in this world. We saw the example of father of Dhruva Maharaj, Uttanapada. He did not even wait for marriage of Dhruva Maharaj, just went for his spiritual development. Because our whole heart is beating for spiritual development in the Vedic culture. And you see now, we saw the example of Uttanapada, we are seeing here an example of Anga. Now, one of the duties of the king is to leave in the kingdom next good ruler. Train and leave. Okay, either your son or whoever, you have to give to society one good leader. He could not do it. His son was a mess. He tried to train him, he just could not do it. Now, just imagine he's trying to do some duty to the world, but his main duty is spiritual development. He just dropped and just walked out. He said, no, let me work for my spiritual development. Now, what can I do? I have done what can I do? So, it's very important to have some sense of detachment. Because the world is not in our control. World will not move according to our wish. Okay. So we have to therefore prioritize our spiritual development. Okay. I did what I could do. Okay. Let me now take care of my spiritual life. And that's what he has done. So what we need to do today is not going to forest, because going to forest is no longer it has any practical benefit. People are so weak-minded in Kali Yuga, in a forest also, neither they can take the austerities mentally, neither physically of sitting in a forest. 5 minutes you leave somebody, he cannot, hand goes to the mobile only. Manoranjan for entertainment. What he will sit in the forest, correct? First thing he wants a 5G connection there. I was gone to Mayapur and coming back in the flight, I was saying, even grown-up people playing games, they don't know how to pass time, correct? Everybody, okay, you relax at time. Some people are watching movies, manoranjan, entertainment, constant entertainment. Instead of grabbing an opportunity for entertainment, you are actually, you could have done for work for spiritual development. Parag Atma, Pratyag Atma. Pratyag means who is tapasvi, who is purifying himself. Parag Atma means always seeking sense in that. So there are two kinds of Atmas here, Parag and Pratyag. So now we see this opportunity in our life. Now he is a king, he is the father, but he had a bad child. So now he's trying to get an opportunity to train a nice son who can become a great devotee and elevate him to Krishna consciousness. But every individual is free. You cannot force. You cannot force. So he tried his best, just like, and instead of simply crying over it, Hare Krishna. We see that instance even in the material life. Some lady wrestler, somehow because of some overweight condition, got missed out on some medal. They say, I retire, enough of it. So this is in material life also we see. People lose election, something they say. Today these people are giving more value because these are entertainers. See, it both ways. We see today maximum value today is given to whom? Entertainers. Why? Shudras want entertainment. They are not after knowledge. They are not for self-purification. Shudras are not working for these areas. Jnana yoga vyavasthitihi. Very nice, it is given in the qualities of a divine person. We discussed that. Jnana yoga. They're continuously trying to develop spiritual knowledge. That's the nature of an advanced personality. Continuously working on it. So for that, previously because that was the criteria, if people come to know a saint like Madhvacharya has come, whole town will go. I told this thing to, again I'll bring it back and just see analyze. I told to one big administrator in college that if suppose Madhvacharya comes to the town, previously, whole town will be a holiday, correct? But previously work is also not like jobs like what we have today, Shudras. People are working on the farm, or they have their own business, or they are administrator. They're actually any day they can take off because it is their own business. They're not working for somebody. When you're working for somebody, you'll not get a break. So immediately whole town will gather and they will enjoy hearing. Shudras are anyway working under them, they also have a holiday because they have declared a holiday anyway. So whole town will go and enjoy relation. Today, if you make that opportunity, nobody will come. But if you bring an entertainer, some playback singer, entertainer, Jnana Yoga Bhavasthiti is not the goal today. Correct? Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Bhavasthitihi. Fearless, Sattva Samshuddhi, purification of the existence. Correct? Sattva is a Nayam Dede Bhajam Naloke Kashtan Kaman Arate Vitapo Divyam Putrakayana Sattvam Shuddhayet. Same. Purification of existence. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. Development of spiritual knowledge. So now when this becomes the goal, कौन है बात कर रहा है? आप बैठो 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 कौन बात कर रहा है? अभयम सत्व संशुद्धि ही ज्ञान योग व्यवस्थिति ही. See, fearless, purification of existence, and jnana yoga, cultivation of spiritual knowledge. This is the mark of a gentleman. Every moment you see whether you are on this platform. If you are fearful, you will disturb even others who have more faith in God and they are peaceful. Now what will happen? Peaceful. Sattva samshuddhi. Engage in self-purification. All the time, whenever get opportunity, keep chanting. Because mind is not engaged all the time. It is free. You can chant. Many instances we can chant. Simply because you are fearful, you are not chanting. What will happen? What will happen? Areva, peacefully chant. God is in control. You are not in control. Things will happen. All the things pass one day. They happen. They come and they go. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Now this is a gentleman life. Now, if this life is there, what is the value for entertainers? Zero value. What they will do? Time pass. Because people are only know how to waste time in Kali Yuga, the entertainers get a lot of value. Because they have forgotten the real purpose is abhayam sattva samshuddhihi jnana yoga vyavastitihi. So instead of grabbing an opportunity for self-development, people are going down. Not only going down, they pull other people down with them. That is what is mentioned in this shloka. You are a leader, you can help people, encourage people, inspire people to work for spiritual development. And people look to you. By your personal example, by your instruction, inspiration, you can make everybody work for spiritual development. But instead of that, if you are a bad example, then that's it. What people will do? They will feel disinspired. And they said, okay, what it is abhayam sattva, I will also go for manoranjan. Okay. So therefore, they say certain people become an enemy. If the father has left a great debt, previously, I don't know, today legal, the son don't have to repay the debt. Somebody dies with your money, gone, money is gone. But previously, they will take the responsibility. Prabhupada talks an example of C.R. Das. He was a big lawyer at Prabhupada time. His father left a great debt. And this person became a big barrister. And everybody paid pi by pi, cleared all the debt. So that previously. So if the situation is that, then it's your, created anxiety for you unnecessarily. And then he says, the son is an enemy. If he becomes bum, that's an enemy because simply cause anxiety, embarrassment. Then who is an enemy? What are the list Chanakya gives? Yes? Yes, Minal Mataji, what are the enemy? Gunashi Mataji, what are the enemy? Other enemies mentioned. No, there are 3-4 people there. Let us see. He says the father is an enemy when he is too much in debt. Okay? It takes too much debt. Srisriradhagovinda ki jai. Mother is an enemy if he marries for a second time. Because child life is gone now. Correct? They will throw him in boarding or do something. It will not work out. For the child, I told you that example many times. Srisriradhagovinda ki. The example I gave you that it happens sometimes. In a court there was a fight going on. And the child had not seen father for such a long time. The mother had taken him. In the court, when it's the child saw the father, it says, Papa, why you are not coming home nowadays? He doesn't know. And the whole court was shaken up by the situation. And the judge was so upset. He said, what are you doing to the child? Correct? Actually the pain is for the child. He has to bear with this. True? वो तो मनोरंजन में है भाई. एक बीवी चला, एक और चलेगा. बीवी सोच रही है अरे एक आदमी था, एक और चलेगा. वो दोनों तो मनोरंजन कर रहे हैं अपना, entertainment कर रहे हैं. But the pain they are giving to the child, he cannot understand all this nonsense, है ना? He just cannot understand. He is so small, what he will understand? He cannot understand. So mother is an enemy if she marries for a second time. A wife is an enemy when she is very beautiful. Everybody is trying to have as beautiful wife as possible, but it's not good. In fact, it happened in Prabhupada time. Prabhupada did not like his wife and he went to his father because that time in India, this is before 1947, you can marry second time. So Prabhupada went to his father, I don't like this wife. Somehow he didn't like, and she never became serious also in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada's father laughed and he said, it will be good for you. And actually it was good for him, he could leave the house. So look at his father's maturity. Therefore Prabhupada always dedicates one of his book to his father. He says, to my Krishna book, who was the pure devotee of Krishna. So he taught him Mridanga when he was a small child. And then something more he did. And that there was the arrangement. That time going to England was just like today it is America. Everybody wants to make a future, go to England and become a big, that time professional not engineer, lawyer. They'll become a big lawyer and come back and make a lot of money, barrister. So that time what happened was, Prabhupada father said, no, my son is not going to become a debauchee because he may lose his character if he goes to that country. No, no, no. So he refused. Yeah. So imagine that Prabhupada got married later and said, I don't like my wife. His father said, good. Instead of saying what we can do, he said, good. It will be good for your spiritual development. In fact, his father used to make everybody bless his son. That you will bless him, he becomes a great servant of Radharani. Just imagine. So that's an opportunity. Now look reverse, instead of being negative, the father took it as an opportunity. To get such a great son and nurture him in Krishna consciousness, correct? Having him not easy to get, you're not easy to get such a person as your son. You have to be really qualified. Prabhupada used to say, by namesake only he was doing some business. All the time the bell was ringing, he was doing Aarti, Kirtan all the time. So he saw his father always absorbed in devotion to the Lord. So wife is the mother is an enemy, wife is an enemy when she is too beautiful. So we have that example, yes. Then the mind will be only absorbed in that. Now what you do when the wife is beautiful, throw her out? No. Actually every woman thinks she is beautiful, that's a separate issue. But the fact is that you can chant more, you can be more absorbed in Krishna consciousness so that you can come over this victimization of the senses. See, it is said, even in royal road there are accidents. So just with Bhagavad Gita the statement is there. And to understand that its deeper meaning, see, instead of becoming a debauchee, means having relation with women without marriage, lampat. Yatha tatha vidadhatu lampato. Lampat is that is the meaning. Instead of becoming a person like that, it is better to get married, leading a grahastha life. But then Prabhupada said, even in royal roads there are accidents. Now if the wife is beautiful and you are all the time thinking of her and not thinking of Krishna, you are destroying your spiritual life. People think great privilege, I am thinking of my family. We are destroying your spiritual life. We are supposed to think about Krishna all the time. So where it is now? So becomes an enemy. Why? If she is too beautiful. Or, you see, actually my analysis is like this, I don't know if it's right or wrong, is that dhyayate vishaya pumsa, how does it work? It works because our mind is attuned to the forms of the spiritual world, which are perfect. Now in the material world what happens is that if you see a form as beautiful as the spiritual world, we become bewildered because it's our nature. It's not that in the spiritual world there is no form, forms are there. That is called beautiful in the world. Beautiful in the world means it resembles the form in the spiritual world and you get enchanted. But in the spiritual world there is only love, but in this world because of mode of passion, instead of loving, we start lusting. Okay? That is the problem. And that dhyayate vishaya pumsa, another principle that happens is that something in that form, maybe the hand, maybe the leg, maybe the finger, maybe the neck, maybe the head, maybe the forehead, maybe the nose, is good. And you'll focus only on that when you see that person. And then you cannot lose control over yourself. You see only the hand, you'll see only the head. Okay. And then mind will keep blowing. So you do not need a full form to be beautiful to destroy your spiritual life. Something can be there. Finger, hand, leg, which is good. And then you will focus only on that and it will keep blowing your mind. Because it's very interesting is that a woman may be as ugly as possible, man may be as ugly as possible, still they get entangled. We have seen, so many times we have seen one thing happen, somebody commits suicide because a girl refused to marry him, correct? And interestingly, if you go to see that girl, she is not some Swapna Sundari or something. She is the ordinary looking woman. We see the cases, crimes happen. They murdered, somebody murdered on the road. He took a spammer, just a spammer, and murdered a girl on the street. And I kept shouting, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? She had didn't want to more relate to him, but he could not take it. It was why. Now if you look at that girl, I took a photo, she's not some Sapna Sundari, nothing like that. But some part of her, maybe the ear or the nose is good. And only that he will watch. Just like on a joke, I was asking somebody, why is it that the women get scared of lizards? They go crazy. So he was telling, not the lizard, they just keep focusing on the tongue which is coming out. And that scares her, correct? So you can meditate on something which scares you, always possible, correct? So you can look at something which attracts you also. You can look at something which makes you, you can also look at something which is very attractive, correct? So it depends, Maya has to do the job. So Maya will find something which, small part of the body maybe, here or here. Because it's bewildering, you will find the most ugliest man, some girl will be enchanted by. And enchanted not only the heart, the form also. He sees him, mind goes crazy. Why? The reason is the Maya finds something to be bewilder that person. Correct? You understand? Maya has its way. Maya has its way to do the job. So therefore we should be careful. True, a beautiful person means there are many parts of his body will bewilder you. An ugly person may have only one, but it is enough. Therefore, it is said, it's not that only beautiful woman you should be away. You should be away with any woman because some part of the body, the finger maybe, will blow your mind and then you will go crazy, lose your sanity of mind. So, we have to be careful. Therefore, more we are attracted to the sense objects, more we can know, I am not advancing. Correct? How do you know I am advancing? Bhakti paresha anubhava virakti anyatra syat. Advancement in spiritual life means virakti should develop within the heart. And okay, whatever condition is we are in, okay, chanting time, do it attentively. You know the disease is strong, you don't have to ask certificate from somebody. You can know yourself. The more the attraction, jnana, vairagya. So a symptom of spiritual advancement is vairagya, detachment from sense objects. And we have to work on that. We know there is a problem because even little attraction to the material world is there. Krishna will say, stay here. And staying here means again birth, again old age, again disease, again death. Like yesterday I was traveling to Mangalore in an aeroplane. Mangalore when entering means thick clouds, layers and layers. When clouds are layers in the aircraft will shake. So I was just thinking, what if plane falls now? How much pain will be there? Correct? How much pain will be there? So actually every moment a dangerous position awaits us of extreme pain. Any moment such a position is awaiting us. But we get lost. Wife is very beautiful, just keep thinking about her whole day, gone. And son is an enemy when he's a foolish rascal, yes, instead of helping you, us in spiritual life. In fact, wife in that way as an opportunity, let us look all as an opportunity. The father doesn't leave a debt, rather creates a comfortable position. He is not an enemy. You don't have to bother about your food. Shuchinam, Shrimatam Gehe. You can peacefully practice a Krishna consciousness. And he guides a person like Prabhupada father, person in spiritual life, helps make decisions which will see that he develop in spiritual life. Wonderful. Enemy marries for a second time, no, house is stable. Rather than doing negative, positive, just like the Dhruva Maharaj mother encourages child, please search for Krishna. So this can be beautiful. And wife is an enemy when she's too beautiful. So instead of husband getting lost into the sensual thing, wife can actually be a support. There's many successful man, there is a woman, they say behind. Instead of negative, she can be positive. Encourage him, let us take it up, we can do it. There was the example of Chintamani. Billu Mangala Thakur was mad after her and she instructed him, like this you are attached to me. If you are attached to Krishna, your life will be successful. So she can grab an opportunity for spiritual development, not only for herself, for herself and also the husband. ठीक है? As son, instead of negative, he can be positive, he can become sincere, he can become educated, support himself, don't create anxiety, and he can develop spiritually and therefore thereby help the parents. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, when he was going back to God, had asked, "Where is my mother?" Rather, he can help people to go. So we like to do good, but you can't do good unless you're serious in spiritual life. You can't do any good to yourself, and you cannot do any good to anybody. Hare Krishna, thank you, thank you. So grab an opportunity instead of spoiling it. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Thank you so
Hare
much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.